Guys, this is going to sound absolutely crazy, but I truly believe it. 99% of Rocket League players don't know how to play the game, especially the game mode of 2s. Not the faintest idea. As you are watching this video, you might be thinking to yourself, yeah, that checks out. My ranked teammates don't know what they're doing. They're so dumb. But he probably doesn't mean me, right? Like, I know how to play. I've been playing for years. I've gotten diamond. I am calling you out too, brother. I can find out in the next minute or two if you know ball or if you don't. Let's do it, amigos. We are going to run the experiment. What you see in front of you is a Rocket League diagram, the first of its kind. I made it a few months ago. And you also see the chess.com grading system. Chess.com has the most used replay review system in the world, and I'm going to implement this replay review system not only for this diagram but for a professional replay and a GC3 replay, as well as my own, a GC2. Let's get it started. You are Dot, the blue and purple octane. As you see, you have no boost, but you are going faster than the nearest orange challenger, a black fennec. The cars are scaled up as well as the ball to help you guys get a clear picture of what's going on in the field, as well as the orientation of each car. If I went to a real replay file and I went top down, like I'm doing here, the cars would look like little ants. Alright guys, let's analyze this diagram and see how brilliant you really are. The first one, if you said to leave the play immediately to allow Uwu to come in, rotate behind Uwu this way with the arrow, turning away and repositioning in midfield for a follow-up touch 50. This would be classified, in my opinion, as an inaccuracy. Sorry guys, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but if this was the play you chose, you have a terminal condition called not knowing ball. Sorry. I took a look at WebMD and here are the symptoms listed for not knowing ball. If you match these symptoms, seek immediate medical attention or a Flakes video, one of the two. Flakes videos are actually the only known cure to alleviate this illness. Why was play number 1 an inaccuracy? To sum it up, it's because of the missed opportunities. The potential of the play was so huge and you just left the play. You did a default rotation, a lazy default rotation. If you could have taken the boost, you could have increased pressure on the team, you could have bumped, so many things you could have done. Take possession on the ball. Second play. If you said to steal the enemy's boost and then rotate out this way to allow Uwu to take possession of the ball along the sidewall, this would be classified as a book move. A book move is just a mid-play, a standard mid-play. By stealing the boost and leaving the ball for your nearly 100 boost teammate, you are heightening the chances of a goal being scored for your team. But the Black Fennec might still have boost, even if you stole the corner boost. So he could still interrupt Uwu's play, especially when you consider the relative speed he's going versus the slow speed of Uwu. This play highlights the importance of car body language because here you're stealing the boost, and right after you take the boost, you're getting out of the corner to not overcommit your team, and you're making it as clear as day to your teammate that it's safe for him to go in. This is a book move. It's not bad. It's not necessarily great. It's just a mid-play. Okay. So, what does a good move look like? Alright, scenario or play, let's see, play number 3. Here's how I defined a good, great, or brilliant play. So, in order to get a grading of good or higher, you need to create a free possession for either you or your teammate, where it ideally could turn into a 2v1 or 1v1 or 1v1 in your team's favor. Ideally with your team having boost advantage. So what can you do in this play to create such an advantageous situation? Since you are entering supersonic speed before the Black Fennec would, and your path is about to intercept his path, the bump demo opportunity is there. A bump might be more advantageous here, however, because if you send him flying to the other half, his recovery time might be longer than a regular demo respawn. But either is a good choice. So it's a good choice. It means it's good via chess.com. Additional points if you could steal the boost in the midst of going for the bump play. Like obviously if the Black Fennec is out of the play, it turns into a pseudo 1v2. You could decide to take out the goalkeeper if you trust your teammate can put a shot on target. Why is this not a great play? Well, assuming this is ranked solo queue, you staying in the corner would create confusion for Uwu because he's not going to know whether to go for the ball or to wait. He's not going to know after you bump the Black Fennec if you're going to stay ball and try to make some play or if you're going to leave. So that's the only reason. There is a slight double commit possibility with this play where you both are in the opponent's corner. And obviously, if you both are in the opponent's corner, there's something major going wrong. that would be classified as a blunder on chess.com if you both are in the corner most of the times. Okay, so a great play. Are you guys ready? Here's what you do. You steal the 100 boost. You keep your supersonic speed up the wall into the ball. You break last second and you go for a controlled solo play. Why is this so good? Why is this so good? Well, first of all, you're supersonic going into the boost. So you don't really need to spend any boost once you get the 100 to go into the ball on the wall. Number two, you need to consider the total amount of boosts your team has available. In total, there's close to 200 boosts available for your team to use in this play, with it looks like one of the defenders on no boost. So you've created a 2v1 full boost play for both of the players on the blue team. So normally, if you can create a 2v1 where both you and your teammate have 100 boost, it's going to end pretty well. Because, even if you don't score it, the ball is going to come off the backboard, or there'll be a poor clear out by the defender, and you'll be able to nail it home. All right. A brilliant play? I'm not there yet. I'm not going to put a brilliant play. Safe to say, if you could do book... Here's the thing about chess, is the same thing in Rocket League. So when I play, I'm terrible. I'm like 300 elo, and I'm a 300 elo player in chess. I've been playing for about a month. That's it. But if it's not about making the great or brilliant plays, it's about not making blunders. It's about error prevention, risk reduction. So if you can make book or good plays throughout the course of a 5-minute game, you can get SSL. I promise you. You don't even need to make really one great play a game or brilliant. When you get up to the pro level or bubble player, yeah, you probably do need to make maybe at least one great play a game to win the game. But in Rocket League, no. In Rocket League, there are probably, I would say in Diamond, there's probably 20 blunders over the course of a 5-minute game. In GC, there's probably like maybe 10 blunders over the course of a 5-minute game. And, in upper GC, there's probably 5 or a little more. SSL, maybe 3 to 4. That's just how the progression goes. In gold, there's probably like 50 blunders a game. A blunder is the worst move you can pull in chess. It's basically, a blunder is like throwing the game. Alright boys, we're moving on to the pro gameplay with the chess.com ratings. Reveal and Devo did an especially good job of this. And here it goes. So, a core tenet in Rocket League defense is you need a double layer of defense. What does that mean? Well, typically, especially in the higher levels, you want one player, the first man on defense, to challenge the ball, and you want to force the ball high. You want to force the defender to do something, whether it's to use his flip, to touch it over, and while the second man is waiting patiently on backboard. And I don't do a good job of this in my games, but I've noticed that in these positions, because both cars are facing away from the ball, and you can kind of classify I mean, and you know, reveal is a bit closer, but he doesn't have a great line on it. But you will see Devo turning infield about right here as soon as he realizes reveal is just shooting right to the corner boost area to go on backboard. It's usually better to be side on in challenge and when you challenge a ball. So I've noticed this in a few times this game where the player who I thought was second man actually became first man because they have a better angle of attack or they have a better angle to go ball, or you know, so because if you look at reveal here, I know a lot of players in GC2 who would be maybe driving straight to the wall here or even jumping right here. Now, let me ask you guys, why is it a bad idea to jump here? Especially if you're playing against beast mode. Well, look at this. I mean, for someone like beast, even me with my mechanics, I could do so many things with the ball here that reveal couldn't possibly guess. So reveal to start pre-jumping right here would be a little too preemptive. I mean, beast mode can just let the ball fall if he wanted to. But you know, beast mode starts his solo play. Pretty well executed. He fakes a flip reset. But you know, reveal has a pretty poor angle to this challenge. Yeah, there's not much he could do. I honestly would have jumped here. Yeah, like I would have been that GC2 who actually jumps like right here. That's interesting. Like reveal is closer to the backboard, and he's also closer to the ball. So I'm very curious to see what went into the decision of backing off here instead of going. You see, he did swivel to his teammate, so he definitely was thinking about whether he should go or not. So this is something I want to highlight as well that you can employ in your rank 2s is be patient on the challenges. There's no need to play fast and throw yourself at the ball. There are a lot of times, like right here, where challenging is just not a good idea. You need to see, sometimes the attacker needs to initiate first. There are times in Rocket League where the ball is in a non-threatening position and the attacker has too many options and you cannot cover all the options, so it's better for the attacker to initiate the offense so you can decide on how best to defend the play. And look, this guy's a pro, and he wasn't even sure if he should go or not. He had to look to see where his teammate was. And from the same side the ball is being shot at, so it's probably another facet that went into the decision-making process and how to stack a double layer of defense, like how strong your double layer defense is. A bit of a rushed touch by CRR. And here, you know, it's not the worst idea to do this. This is called the pressure touch. For all you guys in Plat and Diamond who see this as a pass, like if you're this guy, if you see this as a pass, this is probably the #1 reason why you are losing ranked games, because you're overcommitting. This is in no universe a pass. CRR doesn't want this to be a pass. Beast mode doesn't want this to be a pass. I mean, beast mode is never going to commit here unless it's a completely free net. His decision tree looks like this. Okay, CRR hit it across, pressure touch. Can I score it in case there's some weird mistake? No, you know, that's a very unlikely situation. So he immediately moves on to the next branch in the decision tree, which is, yeah, corner defense actually, because they're no longer in attacking position. And when you're in the opponent's corner, what do? What's your priority? Is your priority the ball or is your priority the boost? It's, you know, the boost. I'll just keep it at that. Yeah, so you're gonna see beast mode take small pad. That small pad, you should take this small pad too. Yep, beautiful. And he takes the boost. So he executes this beautifully. By the way, the reason why CRR's touch here is so good is because he denies possession by blue team, and he threatens a shot / touch across. So it's going to be impossible to take possession of this ball, and it allows beast mode to play boost steals and to start a solo play from the other side of the field. It's a great touch by CRR, even though it doesn't result in a goal. A lot of times, pros or high-level players aren't trying to score a goal. They're just trying to apply pressure, posture. Yeah. But yeah, again, let me reiterate this very important point. If you're in Diamond and Champ and you're relying on those balls that get hit across the opponent's net, if you're relying on that to like score your goals, that's just not going to get you anywhere. It's a super overcommittal play unless it's completely free, like no defenders in sight, then you can go for it. But if there's even one defender somewhere near the ball, it's not worth it unless it's like 1-2, you're losing, there's 10 seconds left. That's maybe the only situation to win the play overall. It's not about winning the battle, it's about winning the war. So yeah, don't go all in for dumb plays that will probably not work out. Let's see. I wrote down in my notes that Reveal couldn't let the ball drop because CRR was blocking the drop down, and if Reveal stopped right here and waited for the ball to drop, honestly, he might have lost. He might have been beat here if he stopped. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, CR was covering both the potential touchdown here if Reveal soft touched it to himself for a solo play, and he was covering the stop right here to wait on the ball to bounce from the wall down here, and he might have got beat or challenged while Devo is in their corner with 0 boost. So this is actually a pretty good play to make, and it's a rare. I mean, it's not that rare, but no, I think many players, especially in 2s, need to work on not giving the ball away. But this is a situation where it's certainly okay to do so, even though he has 89 boost. I mean, the ball is not in position. This is probably one of the worst positions the ball can be in. It's just not possible to solo play from this bounce off the wall with that low of a height. There's nothing much he's going to generate from this play. So yeah, booming is not the worst idea. But if CR wasn't there, then yeah, this would be a misplay. So let's see what Devo did here. Yeah, this is good. Just pressure touches, making the opponents jump for balls on defense is almost always the right play to make, or one of the right plays you could possibly make. I have a question for you guys. Number one, why is Reveal jumping for this? Well, if there was an eye tracker, I would bet some money that he's looking where Devo's landing and how his recovery is right now. And I think if he quickly looked at Devo, he would see that Devo is landing right next to back post, or facing back post. Yeah, Devo's landing at a great position on the curve to drive up to backboard. So, and Reveal's facing the play. So, yeah, this is pretty simple. This is Reveal's ball to go for. He was also getting bumped, so he had to jump there. I think he would have jumped anyways. So yeah, he obviously. So as first man challenger, he's going ball. That's it. Simple ball challenge. I think this is just a little too. That's too rushed. I think he had a good amount of space. CR is such a ball chaser. His aura is just ginormous. It's scary to play with him. Yeah, because even I know there's a half volley here. I know there's a half volley where you can slam the ball back to their half. And with the amount of boost he had, it's not the worst idea. He does waste. He had 52 boost on the backboard, and he does waste almost 20 boost to get
to the ball for really not much reason. I don't know, was this even catchable? Let's see. Oh yeah, it was. If he could have caught this for sure. Back, get boost, reposition, and he failed to do so. He greeted for the mid boost. So again, why is Devo jumping for this? Well, he's looking at reveal before he jumps, and reveal's not in a position to jump. He has no boost. He knows reveal's going to play backboard here, likely, or go to back post. So he needs to jump early and maintain that double layer of defense. If you have to cut off the rotation, quote unquote, which is not even what's happening, but if you have to cut off your teammate to maintain a double layer of defense, you should do so every time. Even though he's jumping from behind the play, which most plats or diamonds would say is a stupid decision. Yeah, so he doesn't do a great job of going ball here. Yeah, this was just a really poor play by Devo overall. It's a hard read, I totally understand. But yeah, he just had to go ball. So he gives away possession. He allows CRR solo play, and he doesn't go ball. Devo did throw that possession, unfortunately, but we move on. Okay. And notice how he's taking the small pad rotation back to full boost, blocked any touch to the side. If he did a drive challenge and just sideswiped the ball, he would have probably gotten bumped or demoed. Probably demoed since CR is supersonic. And Devo is accounting, or Devo is thinking of all those plays right now in his head. And he's also thinking of stealing the mid boost. However, if he kept driving right here like that, or if he kept driving into the mid boost like this, he would have gotten demoed. So you see how he actually cuts in? Let's see, I want to see this for a second. It's like he's almost baiting him into the sidewall, into the mid boost grab, and then he's baiting him into the demo by taking such a straight line, and he turns in last second. Yeah, so CRR spent 36 boost to wave dash on the wall because he misread the bounce, and he didn't, he thought he can get in the way. Yeah, obviously you do want to, like on these plays, especially in these lobbies, you do want to interfere as second man on kickoff to interrupt their play and prevent them from having a free ball at the sidewall, because these players are so good. If they have a free ball at the sidewall of 100 boost, they are probably scoring it. So guys, like in this situation, who is first man and who is second man? Well, to answer that question, first, I think you should ask yourself, in an easier position to get on the backboard fast with good timing. Beast mode, for sure. So, CRR, he has 12 boost. He should, and if I were him, I would start turning right now into the play. I would jump right here. Go ball. But I think they decide to play low and high on goal line. So they've effectively turned a double layer of defense into a single layer of defense. As there's no first challenger, there are two challengers who are occupying the same vertical plane. They're just at slightly different heights. So pretty shit. When you and your buddy in twos are occupying the same space, that means you aren't using a double layer of defense, and when you are both in a single layer of defense, defending basically the same play, the likelihood of double commits soars. But guys, what's dangerous is not the ball. What's dangerous is the player. So if there are any opportunities where you can take the player out even after they touch the ball to your half, that is ideal, because what Devo's trying to do here is collect the ball for a threatening solo play, and the initial touch is actually not dangerous whatsoever. So if you guys can demo or bump the attacker on the ball it's usually the better play than just trying to go for the ball. There is no reason in hell for Reveal to challenge this ball right now. No reason. Yeah, he wants to go fast, he wants to look cool. There's no reason. Why are you going to challenge an attacker who has close to full boost, might have his flip, just flip canceled, or like in this case, Sierra just flip canceled into the ball, and he could have 5, 6, 10 more touches on the ball. Who knows? No one knows. But you know, let your opponents outplay themselves. I mean, and here's a double layer of defense where it's not necessarily a ball plus backboard defense. It's actually a goalie defense with a lagging challenger who's trying to block off the pass. Yeah, in these situations, it's not that wise to go ball here, because the ball can go horizontally across the field and be dangerous. It's like usually you go ball if like the ball's vertically going to get past you towards the goal, because you know that means if you go ball and the defender hits it over, it's going to go towards your backup, your defender, your last man. But in a pass play, if you get beat, then now the ball is just going horizontally across the field to an awaiting attacker. It's an interesting situation. It's better to block the pass than ball in this rare situation, this double layer of defense. In this case, he's sort of hitting it forward anyway, so it's not too difficult. But yeah, he hits it to the side. 220. Yeah, excellent display of not needing to challenge early. Why challenge early when the attacker has no threat? Yeah, and why challenge early when the attacker has many options, like has flip, has boost? You know, if you can't cover every option, it's better to just wait, because something will materialize. The quantum superposition will assume a position, and the play will actualize and materialize into something that's readable that you can take a stab at. Okay. This is another example of like them. I'm gonna show you. They're setting up another example of setting a double layer. Here's another double layer defense right here. Yeah, beast mode can score from here. It's not the worst idea. Might be a little too hasty from him, because I don't know if that's too dangerous of a ball. Okay, but look how quick they set up. So like double layer of defense. So like double layer defense, successful. Boost, double layer of defense, backboard plus ball challenge. Ball challenge is successful. And look at that. How many players would have jumped here? How many players would have jumped there? So many. I would have, honestly. But if you take a look, if you notice, it takes an angle where he can get the boost and immediately cut inside, and you see how he's coming at like a 45-degree angle to the ball. That's exactly what you want. You want to come at the ball like this kind of angle. Like look how hard it is for CR to outplay a 45-degree angle challenge. Yeah, 45-degree angle challenges are some of the best challenges you can employ, especially as a first-man ball challenger. So whenever you can do so, and especially if you have your mate on backboard behind you, yeah, I don't know if there's a better combo between a backboard defender plus a 45-degree first-man challenger. Because I mean, if you look at CRR, I mean, he's not exactly looking at Devo here. He's looking at Reveal. So a 45-degree challenge, not only do you have more planes to attack, you also have a vision advantage, because the attacker can barely see you until you come out last second. He still doesn't see him. He sees him now, when it's basically too late to do anything. Yeah, it's a great challenge. If you're coming straight on at the challenger, it's a lot easier for the challenger to outplay you and read you. Look how quick they go in and out of double layer defenses. This is beautiful to watch. So double layer defense, he jumps up, gets a good 50. That's another thing is, you know, you don't want to go immediately to backboard, especially if the first touch from the attacker isn't quality or isn't threatening. So yeah, that first touch from beast mode is just not very threatening, combined with reveals challenge. So, you know, going on backboard here would give CRR too much space to work with around the box. Yeah, so definitely Devo cutting in early here, maintaining speed into the play is the right idea. If you can maintain speed in the play, it's usually a pretty decent idea. It gives you an option because you can always back off, but you know, if you can go for the quick beat or quick 50, then you still have that option. But if you cut off your this last man challenge, this is terrible, guys. And this is probably another reason, I would say the top 2 reasons why lower level players, diamonds, champs, whatever, why they lose ranked games is because of attacking balls like this as last man, and also overextending on offense, going for like balls that are shooting across the net that are not very shootable and there are defenders in the way. Another double layer of defense. So what is going through Reveal's head? First of all, he's coming from the side again. He's not coming from a vertical. He's not coming vertically. He's turning at a really good time to come side on, which is exactly what you want to do. Challenging is so incredibly important. I cannot overstate it. Whether it's a drive challenge, whether it's a single jump challenge into 50, whether it's just a demo challenge or bump challenge where you fake going for the ball and you go for the player, whether you flip into the ball, there are so many different challenges, and how you stack challenges as well, how you set up your defense, how you set up your offense.
Alright boys, due to the length of the video, I'm going to do the GC3 and my own replay review in another video. But thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a blast. Thank you for joining the Hive family, the gang of the Caparinos. Tune in either tomorrow or the next day for a Road to SSL 2v2 upload and a 1v1. I'm going to upload 2 in one day. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, for supporting me. It really means the world to me. I try my best. I really put maximum effort into these videos to make it as entertaining as well as educational as possible for you guys. So let me know if there's anything I can improve. But yeah, guys, it's been real. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.